Let's get defensive. Seahawks safety D'Anthony Bell joining us right now on the Huddle. Can I cheat and bring in the conversation that you and Dave were just having off air? It was so funny. Dave, explain to listeners what you said to D'Anthony, who made a stellar play.
Yeah, well, he blocked a punt, and that's really, it is hard to do when you have to practice it. And I told D'Anthony that I probably would have missed it because he's wide open. I'm like, hey, there's something wrong here, man. Nobody's blocking me. But he said, hey, if you'd practiced all week like I did, you would have got it.
Right. Got it, yeah. We have been practicing that all week, so when it came to time to have the opportunity to do it, I was ready for it.
Did you have an indication that there was a problem with their punt, their blocking up front, or were you like, hey, was everybody talking like we're going to get one of these?
Yeah, well, Coach Jay had already seen the formation, and they had already did it previously to another team, and they sent the guy off the edge, and they didn't block him, but he just didn't get there in time. So we just basically put the focus in on the angle of the end man on the line of scrimmage to the punt direction, and it happened to work out. I ran the right angle and got the block.
Man, I was hoping y'all get one last week, too, because the Bucks were struggling with their kicking, too. I was looking for it, man. You've had a good journey, man. You went to Albany State, Iowa Central, Butler, West Florida, man. You're like the new age football player. Back in our day, we were stuck. We ain't going nowhere. What's that been like for you?
It's been nice. I wouldn't trade my journey for anything. I feel like it taught me a lot, and I always go through, like, the mindset of, like, if I didn't go through those things, would I be the same person that I am today? Mm-hmm. So I'm blessed for the opportunities. I'm blessed to everything that I went through, and also blessed to make it here going through all those things as well. So. I'm just extremely blessed.
I was going to say, do you think it's made it easier to just roll with punches in life? Because I'm thinking, like, imagine if you were someone, I feel like you see this in baseball more often, like if someone's like, you're a top prospect, you've always been the absolute best, and then you struggle for the first time. Yeah. But I'm like, man, if you're like not only rolling to different places, but you have to learn new players, new everything, like, do you feel like that just makes it to where you're like, I can roll with anything now?
Yeah, definitely. I think it helps you face adversity well. Now when I face adversity, it's kind of like,
here.
Yeah, I've been here, done that. We can get through anything. And then, my mom was a great help with that. Both of my parents was like, hey, no matter what you're going through, you can still make it through regardless. So even me going through all those schools, they still believe that I would make it to where I am today. So I'm blessed to have them as well.
Well, and you also went to the School of Hard Knocks for a year, right? You did some construction.
Yeah, I did.
With your dad.
I did.
And helped him out. And that probably gave you some good perspective on, like, hey, this is a great job that you have right now, right?
Yeah.
Tell us about, like what you learned and working with your dad. That's really cool. But just that year where you took time off.
Yeah, so that year was 2017, around the fall of 2017, and we was just doing a lot of like mulch for people in their yards. He was doing a lot of concrete, planting trees. So you carrying big rocks, bags of concrete, you out there in the sun all day in Georgia. It's 95 degrees. I'm like, man, this ain't for me. I need to go back to school and play football. But hey, he's man enough to still be doing it to this day, So I definitely, now that I've seen it with my own eyes, I give him props and I give him kudos for being able to do it for that long. He's been doing it for probably 10, 12 years now. So.
Yeah.
Doing it that long, I don't know how he do it because I wasn't gonna do it.
Man, I tell my son, I go, if you really want to play ball, I go play defense, man. Everybody want to be a receiver. Everyone wants to rock. You go to these camps, there's 300 receivers and 100 DBs. Right. What made you choose that side of the ball?
So I actually went to Albany State to play receiver and quarterback.
Really?
And then when I got a call from Iowa Central, I had a homeboy that was at Iowa Central, and he was like, man, we need a safety. And I was like, hey, I'll come play safety. And then I just been playing DB ever since then. So I started playing DB my second year in college. And, shoot, I've been on the road ever since then.
Love it.
What do you make now, I don't want to say, is it harder to play now? Because you've only ever played in kind of like the era you have. But, we'll follow 1,000,001 guys who former DBs, right? And they'll be like, man, you can never play now. It's impossible. Yeah. Do you feel like that? Or do you feel like, man, you just got to adapt? Or like, this is how I play? What do you think? When people talk about a generational change.
I feel like you can adapt, It's kind of like when people used to play sports as a younger kid. Like, you don't lose it, but at the same time, you do have to regain the skill for it. It's kind of like driving an automatic to a manual sometimes. Right. You're like, I got to really figure out how to work this specific car. So with a specific position, you can adapt to to be in that position and play it well.
Can't relate. I'm stranded in that car. Not
Really?
anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, that was the first car I ever drove. Was
manual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Same.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm old, but hey, DeAnthony, what was your takeaway from the game last week? Just kind of some of the things that you can improve on, and what did you see in the film?
Yeah, I feel like where I can improve is mainly on teams, and I feel like it was a couple blocks I got stuck on where I could have gave a speed move when it was a deeper kick, and I feel like I just could have been on more tackles and forced field position to be a little better for the team. So that's kind of what I've been emphasizing this week on trying to beat more blocks on kickoff and being more productive as far as just on the special team unit.
What's your day after like? What's your recovery like after a game?
Recovery for me, the night after the game, I usually just do a meditation. I like to sit in the dark and just meditate sometimes and just get away from just football in general or get away from life and just focus on breathing and breathing techniques that help me throughout the game. So that's usually my after game, what I do but other than that, I just do cold tub, ice tub, Epsom salt baths. I definitely do those a lot, and that's mainly like my main routine.
When I listen to these guys, I'm like, I was doing things all wrong.
I wish I would have
Wait,
done
what
that.
were you doing?
I got a 6-pack and
Exactly.
a box of macaroni and cheese.
You had guys with just cigarettes on the plane back.
I didn't smoke. Oh, man.
I mean, there were ashtrays in planes.
Imagine if we meditated, man, we would have been on a different level.
Right.
You guys would be playing now.
I'd still be playing. That's right.
I believe that. All right, last question for me. You guys obviously, been just kind of snake bitten with injuries in a way that's such a bummer. But I would imagine that some of these guys who are big leaders on this team, someone like Julian, is still actively involved, even if he's sidelined with injury. What are those conversations? Do they ever kind of, talk to you or, communicate with other DBs if they're sidelined? And what are those conversations like?
Yeah. Definitely on the sideline. They're looking at the iPad with us, telling us what they see. So that's a big help. And as far as the meeting room, they're very active in the meeting rooms, giving everybody pointers on what they've been seeing throughout watching film at home by themselves. So we all just kind of co-inhere together, and everybody give their opinions on what they're seeing on film. And he's one of those top guys that he sees a lot. He's a great player, so he knows the game well. So he's been teaching Ty, Okada, me. He talks to Kobe, he talks to Nick, he talks to everybody. So just telling everybody what he sees and trying to help where we all can just be one and win.
All right. Well, DeAnthony Bell and the rest of the guys heading to Jacksonville for this Week 6 matchup. It's going to be a 10 a.m. Seattle time kickoff. Have a safe flight and have a good game. DeAnthony, thanks so much. You guys are listening to The Huddle.